Hi everyone, Mrs. Kane here. I have a short project for you to do this week asynchronously, so you'll be working on your own, but please share your pictures with me on your Seesaw. I would love to see them in your art folder. I'm going to first share my screen with you and share a short video on Wassily Kandinsky. Some of my students from Weiss, there's only a couple of classes that actually were able to see this video before we went remote, but it shows Wassily Kandinsky and the beautiful abstract art that he makes. So let me share this video with you and then we'll get started on the project.
Has anyone else ever had any arty ideas with circles? Let's find out. Wassily Kandinsky was a famous artist. Some people think that one day, whilst walking through a gallery, he saw an unusual painting. He thought it was incredible, and he loved the shapes in it. Taking a closer look, he realized it was an upside-down painting leaning against the wall. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. It was at that moment that Kandinsky had a brilliant idea. All visitors must walk on their hands. No, wait, I've got an even better idea. That's it. Abstract art. Kandinsky began to paint using different lines, shapes, and colors, rather than normal, everyday things. One of his most famous pieces of art is made up of lots of circles and rings. That's it. All done. And Kandinsky's work looks brilliant, whichever way you look at it. I feel like I'm going round in circles. Of course, you'd realise straight away if a picture was upside down. Wouldn't you?
Okay, so we are going to make our own Kandinsky themed artwork. Here you can see abstract art is what Wassily Kandinsky was known for. So abstract art is when we are representing something using shapes, colors, forms, and marks. We're not trying to make something look very specific, not totally recognizable. So he is well known for creating artwork using bold colors and shapes. Here are two different pictures I wanted to show you to describe the difference between something that is more realistic, like this picture of the sunset here. We obviously can recognize the plant life and the sun and the mountains in the back and the birds, all very realistic looking. This picture on the right would be considered abstract, not very recognizable, but mimicking some of the same bold colors. Wassily Kandinsky is well known for his circle paintings. When you have multiple circles, one inside of the other like this, this is called concentric circles. And that is a painting that he is well known for. We are going to create our own Kandinsky-inspired cityscape today. And here is what that looks like. Now, I chose to do not super bright colors here. You can color this with any colors that you want. And we're gonna also work on all those lines and shapes that we've been working on in class, creating different patterns. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is take a piece of paper, and you don't need to make this huge. You don't need to make this project huge for today. You can make it relatively small, okay? And I'm going to start by blocking out some buildings on my project. And what I did on mine is I actually took my box of crayons and I used this as kind of a size scale, something to work with. So I traced, and you'll want to do this with your black crayon or color pencil if you have a marker. And I traced that to get my first building in. Then I decided, well, I want my second building to be a little bit taller. So I just lined this up with the edge of my already existing line, but moved my box up a little bit higher. And I'm tracing the sides. And then I'll slide it down and tracing the sides here. Okay, if you need to go back in and fill in any of the corners, you can do that. And then I'll make a smaller building. Notice I'm not lining this up completely with the edge of the paper, but I'm lining up with that black line that I already drew. And I'm creating my third building. Now you can design these any way you want using black and just black and white, doing lines and shapes to create patterns. So be creative with it, have fun with it. You can color portions in black if you would like to. I'm going to do some repeating zigzag lines on this building. And I could actually color in this center portion if I wanted to. On this one, I'm going to do a hatching pattern, just making a grid. And like I said, if you want to color in some portions, I don't want to make this video really long for you, so I'm not going to color in the whole thing. But I could color in this and say maybe make this into a checkerboard, coloring every other square. Okay, so using lines and shapes and just black and white, very abstract. We know this is similar to a city, a cityscape, large buildings, but not exactly, right? It's not exactly like a city. And on this one, I think I'll do just a couple big wavy sections. And you could also color this in with a black crayon, if that's what you have available. You could also shade this in with just your pencil. If all you have is a pencil and some paper, you could do all of this with just a pencil, adding some shading. So now that you have your abstract cityscape, right? We know it's a city because it kind of represents that, showing these blocked big buildings, but it doesn't look exactly like a city would. So once you've had that, I guess I'll turn it this way for you. Once you have that, okay, now you want to create the sky using concentric circles like Kandinsky. Okay, so pick out some of your favorite colors. You could do rainbow colors. Whatever you choose will look awesome. So choose some colors that you like, and you're gonna start just by making a circle. And then you're gonna make a bigger circle around it. And then you're gonna make a bigger circle around that. See, mine's running off the edge of the paper, which is just completely fine. And then you could even make a bigger circle around that, okay? And then you'll go in with your crayons or colored pencils or markers and color these circles in. So you would color each layer of circles, coloring in each one. So I'm going to go back and start from the center and color this blue, and then I color this purple, and then orange, just filling in the whole thing. Then you'll start in another area doing the same thing. Make a circle, and remember they're concentric circles. So one small one, one bigger one, another larger one around that, and they keep growing, okay? And you'll do that and continue to color them in until the entire sky is colored with your concentric circles. And I don't want to take too much of your time, so I'm not going to continue to color, but you could start here, right? You want to make sure you get the whole sky area filled with those super vibrant, cool, Kandinsky-like circles. And once you're finished coloring, you'll have a cool cityscape, something like this. I hope you have fun with this project, and I would love to see your pictures posted on your Seesaw. Just post those straight to your journal in the art folder, and I will go in and approve them and make some comments. Have fun.